Bill Gates stood in the middle of the grocery store, the fluorescent lights buzzing above his head, casting a bright white glow on the neatly stacked aisles. He looked around with curiosity, adjusting his glasses and giving a small laugh. This wasn't the kind of place he usually spent time in. Cameras pointed toward him, capturing his every movement. Shoppers gathered in the background, some whispering, some smiling, excited to see what was about to unfold. The host stepped forward, holding a microphone, her voice cheerful and teasing. "Bill, today we're going to test you with something a little different. Forget computers, forget technology, forget philanthropy. Your challenge is simple: can you guess the prices of ordinary grocery items?" Bill chuckled, holding his hands up in mock surrender. "I'll try, but I have to admit, it's been a while since I last went shopping myself." The audience laughed warmly at his honesty. The first item was placed on the table in front of him, a loaf of whole wheat bread. The smell of fresh baked bread lingered faintly as he picked it up, turning it over in his hands. He tilted his head, thinking back. Back when I was in college, bread was around $1. Of course, things have changed since then. Let's say $2.50. The host grinned and revealed the actual price. $1.89. The audience laughed and clapped. Bill smiled sheepishly. "Well, at least I wasn't too far off. Not bad for a rusty shopper." Next came a gallon of milk, cold condensation beating on the jug. Bill picked it up carefully, studying the label as though searching for clues. He squinted, pretending to calculate. "Milk is a staple, so I'll guess $4. The host checked the price tag and held it up. $3.29. The audience applauded again, this time louder. Bill laughed in relief. "Close enough. I'm getting the hang of this." Then came a carton of eggs, 12 neatly stacked in their shell. Bill tapped the top of the carton as though testing its sturdiness. "I've heard eggs have gotten expensive lately," he said, furrowing his brow. "I'll say $6. Gasps rippled through the crowd, followed by laughter. The host shook her head with a wide smile. $2.79. Bill's eyes widened. "Really? That's a lot cheaper than I thought. I should buy eggs more often." His playful tone made the audience laugh harder. The fourth item was placed dramatically on the table, a bag of frozen pizza rolls. Bill picked it up, holding the bag as though it were a mysterious gadget. The bright colors of the packaging amused him. "This looks like something teenagers eat after school. Let's say $5. The host turned the bag over slowly for effect. $8.49. Bill's jaw dropped. $8. For pizza rolls. That's more than some software updates I used to sell." The audience erupted in laughter, clapping and cheering at the unexpected reaction. Bill shook his head, chuckling at his own disbelief. Finally, a large box of laundry detergent was placed on the table, heavy and bright. Bill leaned over it, running his hand along the packaging. "Okay, detergent is always pricey. I'll go with $20. The host flipped the price tag. $13.49. Bill let out a sigh of relief. Not too far off. At least I didn't embarrass myself this time. The crowd clapped warmly, some even cheering his effort. The host asked, "So, Bill, what do you think of this little experiment?" Bill smiled, thoughtful now, as the laughter died down. "It's funny, but it's also a reminder. When you live in a certain world, you can lose touch with everyday things like this. Whether it's groceries or philanthropy, though, it all comes down to value, and making sure people get what they need." The audience applauded, touched by his words. Bill gave a small wave, looking relaxed and happy, his earlier nervousness gone. As he walked toward the exit, he turned back with a grin and said softly, "Next time, I'll just bring Melinda. She'd ace this game way better than me." The crowd laughed one last time as the cameras faded out, leaving behind the unusual but heartwarming image of one of the richest men in the world struggling to guess the price of eggs and pizza rolls.